Today, class, we're looking at Chapter 2-5, Solving Two-Step Equations. So why learn this? Detectives often retrace steps to find missing information. Like detectives, you can work step by step to find a missing quantity. You can solve a two-step equation by using inverse operation and the properties of equality to get the variable on one side of the equation. For many equations, you can undo addition or subtraction. Then you can multiply or divide to get the variable alone. So our first example is 5n minus 18 equals negative 33. So to undo the subtraction, we need to add 18 to both sides. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So this is going to equal 0. So we're left with 5n. Now here we are on our number line. Here's negative 33, and we're adding 18 to it. So it's going to be equal to a negative number because 33 is a bigger number than 18. But we're moving in the positive direction. So it's the same thing as subtracting them. 33 subtract 18 is going to be 15. So we're at a negative 15. To get rid of the 5, right now it's being multiplied. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. That's going to equal 1. Therefore, the variable n is left by itself. A negative divided by a positive is going to equal a negative. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So n equals negative 3. Let's try one more here. So we have negative 8y minus 28 equals a negative 36. The opposite of subtracting is adding. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. We're going to be left with negative 8y equals, same thing, here it goes, it's a negative because 36 is bigger. But it's the same thing as subtracting. That's going to equal 8. Negative 8 divided by, or times y, we want to divide. Whatever we do to one side, we need to do to the other. Those equal 1, so then it equals y. Negative 8 divided by negative 8 equals a positive 1. Now we're going to look at it if they're being added. So we have x divided by 3 plus 11 equals 16. To get rid of the plus 11, we are going to do the opposite. So we're going to subtract 11 from each side. Left with x over 3 equals 5. We now want to get rid of the 3. Right now it's being divided. The opposite of dividing is multiplying. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. X equals 15. Try this next one on your own. Come back and check to see if you got it correct. So you should have got x equals 200. If not, please look over and check your work. So here is a word problem for you. On weekday afternoons, a local bowling alley offers a special. Each bowling game costs $2.50 and shoe rental is $2. You spend $14.50 total. What is the number of games that you bowl? So we're going to look at this. We have $202.50 times the number of games you bowl. So let's let that equal n, plus $2 for the shoe rental, and the total is $14.50. Okay, so we have, I guess it's the same thing I should have put up here. Equals number of games. And down here it equals n. Okay. So we can put these together. 2.5n plus 2 equals 1450. First thing we want to do, get rid of the 2. Whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. To get rid of this one, they're being multiplied, the opposite, divide. If we do it to that side, we have to do it to this side. We have 250 divided by 1250. Move the decimal point over. 25 into 125 is going to be 5. Here's our decimal point, so we don't need to go any farther. N equals 5. Therefore, we bold 5 games. So there is more than one way to do these things. A family expects 88 people to attend its family reunion. There will be 16 children. Picnic tables seat 8 adults per table. The children will eat on blankets. How many picnic tables does the family need? So Sarah here, she says, I can use number sense. First, I know that tables are needed only for adults. There are 88 minus 16, or 72 adults. Each table holds 8 adults, since 72 divided by 8 equals 9. The family needs 9 tables. Ryan, however, he says, I can write and solve an equation. Let T represent the number of tables. Then 8T, the number of adults. Adults plus children equal 88. So 8T plus 16 equals 88. Each term is divided by 8, so I will divide first. So then he's left with T plus 2 equals 11. I can use mental math to solve the equation. I know that 9 plus 2 is equal to 11. So the family needs 9 tables. So I want you to choose a method. You had $25 in your savings account 6 weeks ago. You deposited the same amount of money each week for 5 weeks. Your balance is now $145. How much money did you deposit each week? Describe your method and why you chose it. So think about that, try to work that out, and come back to me. So here are the 2 different ways you may have solved it. Sarah could have thought, I have $145 now. I started with 25. Take that away. That means I have 120. I know that 5 divided by 120 is 24. She used more number sense. Ryan, however, if you use that way, you may have put together an equation. Either way is correct, so it just depends on what way your brain works best. My brain often works best by putting things into an equation, so I probably would have used Ryan's way just so that I could clearly understand what amount was put in what place. So therefore I put together the equation 5x plus 25. So 5 weeks times however much money was put in each week plus the $25 I started with equals 145. I solved and my answer was 25. You might be able to say my brain just could calculate those numbers and it just made sense to do it more Sarah's way. Your homework for tonight is page 82 and 83, numbers 1 through 31 odd.